RS, Paul Harris filling in for McGraw all week long. Kelly Jackson here with me, and that music means we span the globe for stories wacky enough to qualify as Knuckleheads in the news. We begin today in Pittsburgh, Texas, where the waitress at Big Earl's Bait House and Galley Cafe told a gay couple to get out and not come back because they don't serve F words here. She actually said the word. When the guys complained to the owner, Earl Cheney, he took the waitress's side because she's his daughter. When the story made the local news, some people in the gay community decided to get back at Big Earl's by writing reviews on Yelp claiming it was actually a gay bar. They photoshopped same-sex couples into pictures of the restaurant and wrote comments like, "Lovely place to bring your same-sex partner and show how much you love him or her as much as their food. The more flamboyant, the better."
That is great.
Another one said, "It says bait house, but the place was more like a bathhouse with all the horny Texas cowboys flirting and slapping each other's behinds. Very gay-friendly atmosphere," unquote. No word on whether any same-sex couples or singles have shown up at Big Earl's, and he hasn't had much to say about it either. Next, we go to Phoenix, Arizona, where Diane Double D Barker received a cease and desist letter from an attorney for the Maricopa Association of Governments, telling her to immediately stop doing cartwheels at government meetings. Now, when I said Diane Double D Barker, you might be thinking, ooh, I've got to Google her. All right, here's your caveat. Diane is 65 years old. So you got the 65-year-old Double D doing cartwheels. Might be a little distracting there, but she sent back an email in protest saying that not being able to perform cartwheels would limit her ability to, quote, freely express myself in such positive conviction, as well as my continuing commitment and unwavering support for MAG's transportation and air quality duty and directives, unquote. She says she first got into cartwheels when she was in college. She says while she's fighting the cease and desist letter, she's going to follow the letter of the law at the meetings. Then she points out that the letter of the law says only something about cartwheels. It says nothing about backflips and headstands against the wall.
Oh, gosh.
Grandma, sit down! You're embarrassing the whole family! No, nobody puts Double D in a corner.
That's right.
In Everett, Washington, a man stole an RV and took off only to find the cops on his tail very quickly, so he sped up and led them on a chase for over an hour before he crashed into several cars and a home in the town of Granite Falls. After hitting the house, the suspect tried to get away on foot through other neighborhood homes and thought he could just fool the police by taking off his clothes as he ran. Now, Kelly, I will tell you, I've been doing Knuckleheads in the news for 25 years, and this is definitely one of those things that you pick up as a trend when you do as many stories as you have.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, people think, the cops are after me, I better take my clothes off. That's how you end up in Knuckleheads in the news, and that's how this guy did. He ran into Brian Crabtree's house in just his underwear, explained he was running from the cops and needed some clothes. Crabtree said no. So the thief grabbed the first things he could, a woman's T-shirt and jeans that didn't exactly fit, but he was still wearing them when they took the mugshot of him at Snohomish County Jail. In Polk City, Florida, Andrew Jaffe called 911 late one night to report that he'd gotten lost in the woods somewhere west of U.S. Highway 27, and he told the cops that wild boars had been chasing him. When the cops found him, they ran him through the system and discovered he had an open warrant for driving with a suspended or revoked driver's license, so they arrested him. They searched his backpack, found earrings, cell phones, and other electronics, including a GPS device that he admitted to stealing from a vehicle. If only he had known how to operate that GPS device,
that's right,
he wouldn't have gotten lost and chased by wild boars.
By wild boars.
I hate when that happens. And we finished today in Wheeling, Illinois, where Lydia Zaradska walked into a house through an unlocked door while the female homeowner was upstairs. The homeowner walked into her living room and allegedly saw Lydia holding a beer that had been left out on a table. When asked what she was doing, Lydia said, "I want beer." The homeowner screamed. Lydia left the residence, but cops found her later, charged her with residential burglary, something she's familiar with since her rap sheet includes previous convictions for residential burglary and criminal trespass to a residence. And those are your Knuckleheads in the news for today. Keep your clothes on as you go through your day. That's our tip.
And wear a sports bra.
Yeah. Grandma, not again. Grandma's leaning against the wall. She's got that look in her eye. Now she's cartwheeling. Those are your Knuckleheads in the news for today from the Big 550 KTR.